We got ourselves the boy himself, my lord, joining back in, looking as regal as ever. My man, big old sword. Ooh, and we got ourselves Shield Pills, the Night King himself. We got the King versus King in here. With CBZ is going to be the first. I guess if you're chess pieces, it would be like the Rook, or rather, the Knight. I guess the Knight, right? You can get past all the peons. Gonna be 5v5 does. Gonna be first up over for the team 2. It's a Destruction Warlock where CBZ is playing now the Demonology. 5v5 is actually already taking quite a bit of damage back there. Demon Doggers, 3 Demon Doggers, together with a Wrathguard, apparently does quite a bit of damage all on its own. CBZ, I don't even know if he actually needs to do much. 5v5 does, I think, trying not to get interrupted. Gonna be dropping down the big Infernal onto CBZ with a stun. But 5v5 not gonna be able to maximize the damage on CBZ. He's gonna go for a port, but really can't really walk up to CBZ. Just burn a wall. And this man, doing Demon Dog is joining in, cares about literally CBZ just put pets on him and just letting those pets break through that shield. 5v5 does might actually have to go for some kind of a self-heal. Those pets go for yet another, literally left. I'm sorry, what? CBZ, I guess, getting a kill? Technically trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a better angle. Gonna be CBZ trying to see if he can cross with a quick stun onto Lunatic. I'm swapping the wrong person, I'm so sorry. Lunatic, potentially, it looked like maybe going for a greater fate, but it looks like he didn't. Gonna try to see if he can get some VTs on maybe the pet or two. Cannot really walk towards CBZ at all. He just slowed down. Gonna be the interim with the Demon Doggers joining in. That's gonna be potentially quite a lot of damage. Lunatic does go for the Aegis Trick and hoping to maybe get some damage onto CBZ's quick silence. Got himself a Void Eruption, but he's kind of a good distance away. CBZ's making sure to stay as far as humanly possible away from Lunatic, or I guess as far as normally possible, because he's not really human. I guess kind of like a human, but not really. PI for Lunatic tried to go for a big Void Torrent. Apparently didn't finish their full channel of Fleshcraft. I guess maybe expecting for it to get interrupted, so it's going to get interrupted by the Wrathguard. The Tyrant is going to be burning a lot of damage. Lunatic might just have to go for Disperse here. Lots of damage on Lunatic. Does go for Disperse. Is it going to be enough, though? That Tyrant is continuing to slap down into your health. That's 60% damage reduction together with a self-heal, or maybe higher than that. Higher than 60% damage reduction together with a health. Lunatic does back out behind the pillar, catching up a little bit of health. Looks like the dots of whatever they're doing to CBZ is actually having some sort of a profound impact now. CBZ's health is actually starting to take a bit of damage. Lunatic tried to go for VTs and tried to let the damage from a distance. Void Torrent to CBZ does latch on. CBZ can't quite break that chain, that link between Lunatic and him. That's going to be Mages of the Dead behind the pillar, with CBZ going for a quick fear and a drain life in order to make sure he gets himself a little bit of health recovery. Lunatic so far, though, even though they took the most amount of damage to CBZ does not have the same recovery as a Shadow Priest. A Lunatic is just pushing in at CBZ, who just tried to stay away from some random priest. Lunatic with a hat and a big old tombstone on the back. I really like the name Lunatic, though, especially as a priest. I feel like it's kind of cool because they're talking about insanity, mind games, literally dancing because they literally can't get shot to CBZ. It's like, you know what? I'm a priest. I know my mobility is like really incredibly low. So I'm not even gonna chase. I'm gonna try to see if I can try a different tactic. Slash dance, maybe you can bait the guy out in the open. But Lunatic literally cannot really play around boxes, trying to see if he can maybe get CBZ out from behind the pillar. Hits him with a quick silence. And maybe can get some more dots, some more pressure. CBZ does walk away from pillar quite a bit. Doesn't he have a stun? That's going to be a stun. There's going to be a quick interrupt on Lunatic. CBZ does go for a trinket with a soul rot and everything. Lunatic might take a bit of damage. Going to be a greater fate. Is going to walk away from all those pets while the obelisk is down. CBZ is pushing in. He sees an opportunity here. Mortal Call as Lunatic goes for a Disperse together with the Aegis Trick. Just doesn't want to give CBZ an opportunity to make any kind of play. Doesn't want to give him opportunity to get any kind of damage on him. Just putting those cooldowns on CD. Stun onto Lunatic, but does get the Siphon to attach and latch out to CBZ. Is going to reduce some of the healing he has, but also some of the damage he can do, and slowing him down by quite a bit. Big PI into Lunatic. Got himself full Void Eruption. CBZ might be in trouble. Does walk away far enough to land a port away from Lunatic, who's pushing in. Mages of the Dead on one side, him on the other. Actually, perfect opportunity to just like do a pincer maneuver. Let the Mages of the Dead do a bit of work. Somehow CBZ got the Mages of the Dead to just stop attacking him, sending out more Demon Doggers and Lunatic, who no longer has a big defensive. He can go for a Vampiric Embrace to get himself a little bit more of a sustain, converting a lot of the single target damage into healing. Looks like a Mortal Coil does hit him for a second. Quick fear. Lunatic does get himself a line of sight with that fear pathing. It looks like Lunatic lagged there for a second. Hopefully they're alright. Stun onto CBZ. Potentially this is where could Lunatic maybe Forms are gonna burst. CB's just pushing at him, getting aggressive. Gonna be a Tyrant joining in. Could Lunatic potentially go for maybe some kind of a cross kill right here? Gonna be a stunner to Lunatic. Gonna see back-to-back trick inside of it. That's still a lot of damage. The Soul Rod is on him. The pets get feared out of the way. And CB just does find himself on super low health, but Lunatic is also super low. Oh no! He C-podded. He walked behind the pillar, hit him with a death, and CB Zeus with the C-pod recovered, letting those pets to work for him. Are you kidding me? With Milord Pallet gonna be up next, gave a quick bow to CB Zeus, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna send my pets at you immediately. CB Zeus just gotta try to take whatever momentum he's got. Trinket versus Milord. Milord is not gonna get out of this one. Actually, looks like she chose to burn a Trinket out of the fear. Got himself a big wake of ashes versus CB Zeus. Is gonna try to see if he can AoE him out. I think he almost just killed him with a divine. He got the hammer at the end. I was gonna say for a second, like, how is any of those hammers not killing CB Zeus at the very end? Unholy full tier hits. Yo, gaming, I want to see you join these duels sometime with unholy full tier. I think that'd be super fun. Chillpills get himself a full flesh craft. We hit on the 10-minute mark, boys. A lot of healing is going to be available for any of these boys. Chillpills hits him with a Minovas or Nimovas, and just charges out versus Milord. Milord with a hand of freedom immediately tried to stay ahead of Chillpills. Going to be a quick blind as Milord getting hit with a stun. No trinket. Might just have to bubble this. It's going to be a lot of damage for Chillpills. Does crack through the defenses of the Shield of Vengeance. The shield of the slime from the Necrolord Covenant also goes down as well. Chillpills continue to sink in. Massive big chopper obliterates, and Milord Power decided, you know what, next global could be deadly. I'm just not going to play with fate. Chillpills dropping down a Death and Decay, sacrificing the ghoul in order to give himself a little bit more healing. Chain of Ice on the Paladin as he breaks those chains with a hand, or rather Blessing of Freedom. They used to be called Hands of Freedom. Hands of Freedom instead of Blessing of Freedom. I kind of like Hands of Freedom, man. I like it when they were called Hands. But I guess Blessing. What other class has Blessing? Milord tried to catch up a little bit of healing behind the pillar. Chillpills waiting to recuperate until his next Pillar of Frost. Next Pillar of Frost could be really deadly. Milord Pallet can only do so much against the next pillar, because that pillar is gonna empower all of his obliterates to just be straight up magic damage. They're just gonna go right through the defensive. Milord trying to see if he can make a play. Before that happens, Hodger and Chillpills does go for an IBF. Gonna be quick blind. With Remorse of Winter stacking up. Milord trying to see if he can escape the Winter. That's gonna be the big blitz with a hand. Oh! And Chillpills just went all out. Save the grippy hand for later. I think the plan maybe was to, I guess the plan was to go for Pillar of Frost and see if he can crack through the defense of the Paladin, force a bubble, and then finish him off with a big grippy hand. DJ Flex is going to see if he can get around the corner. Grenades getting sent in, and Chillpills. Does DJ Flex have himself a tier set? Because with the tier, your grenades do 30% more damage baseline, and when you get a reset on them with a kill command, it's going to be 80%. It does end up barraging down Chillpills with all the grenades, which gives the Team 2 an opportunity to actually get a chance to play with Daniela as a Frost Mage. Going to be up next as a Necrolord. Got himself Resolve Trinket. By the way, notice T-Mark is a panda? Interesting. iFox in here as well. Daniela tried to see if they might be able to Nova down Digiflex. I'm not going to be able to. Has Frostbolts, and definitely needs to get on top of DG and start getting those Frostbolts in, especially if they can proc that Necrolord Legendary or activate the Deathborn ability in general. Trying to get some lances. Definitely has a bunch of traps they're going to walk through. Daniela taking a bit of damage though as they're trying to walk towards DJ Flex. Is definitely going to have to do something in order to recover a little bit of health. Going to be grenades setting him out with more Serpent Stings and kill commands. Daniela is under quite a bit of pressure. Has to go for an Ice Block behind the pillar, at least recovering a bit of health. At least this Frost Mage has a second Ice Block, so they might as well use the first one. Recover a bit of health, get himself healthy. Needs to get a nice setup versus DJ Flex, maybe with a Polymorph, and then it'll be in a great spot. Deathborn getting used right now, dropping down some Frostbolts. And DJ Flex is going to bail out of there immediately. Going to be Blizzard on one end. Daniela just trying to see if they can set up some damage on that pet. Ultra time. Oh! Just getting kill shotted during that ultra time. Did not press the ability again fast enough. I think maybe locked out on their globals and got taken out. Going to be a stun to DJ Flex. Jet Chakram onto DJ. There's going to be a lot of damage for him to deal with. Got an Aegis Ticket to absorb a lot of it, but the Aegis Ticket get burned very quickly. As iFox looking to maybe sink in even more damage. Flex is not in a great position. Actually, Fox is not either. Gonna be a turtle for turtle. Flex trying to go for a little bit of medic advantage. So is Fox. Both of them are in a tight spot right now. Just went in for all-in damage on one another. And that's gonna be a turtle shell down for Flex a little bit early. Got himself the big flate shot onto iFox. Who potentially go for a big kill shot proc. He's got himself a couple of eagles in there. And is looking for a bit of a reset. versus Seaver, who's trying to maybe deny Flex any opportunity to catch himself a reset. Does send him with a barrage. Potentially another barrage takes him out with an execute barrage. Not gonna give him a chance. Fate Step is gonna be the last one left of a para assassination rogue versus Seaver, who's just gonna back up out of there completely, sitting down for a bit of food. Flex open, Fate Step opening up without a Garrote. That's gonna be full Mirrors of Torment on the rogue, and Seaver trying to get himself a little bit of survivability. Prismatic Barrier is going to give him a little bit of healing. Get himself Ultra Time as well in order to make sure that he's extra healthy with his health. Going to be a trinket out of Fate Step as he goes for a Vendetta versus Seaver. That's going to be a lot of dots. Seaver might just have to ice block it as the Cloak of Shadows comes out for the rogue. Did Seaver get himself enough Mirrors of Torment procs? Fate Step dropping down a dropping down a smoke bomb kind of gives himself away where he is at. That's going to be some slows out of Seaver with Emotes casting crossbows as well. Seaver definitely needs to go for as many procs as possible and potentially get as much range away from Fate Step. Try to see if they can maybe survive the next Vanish, because that's the only thing that Fate Step really... But I guess besides the blind, you also got a Vanish. If you can live that Vanish, you might be okay. Fate Step not opening up with a killer shot. Going to be Ultra Time for Seaver. If you use Ultra Time fast enough, you might be okay. Does get away from Fate Step, and that's going to be Ultra Time. They might have to cancel, choosing not to, just choosing to recover as much health as possible. Door Shadows away from Fade is going to set up a big Arcane Blast with missiles. Unless Fade goes for a Vanish, I don't think he's got much really going on. That's going to be big damage on the Seaver. Trying to stay mobile. More missile procs, and Fade does go down. Oh, you should have seen that coming from a mile away. As soon as the barrage is in the air, unless you hit that Vanish, it is over. And Flex got himself 3 kills. I didn't even realize he got 3. Really? Wait, I guess he got the Mage. He got the Chill Pills. And I guess he did get Fox. So I guess it makes sense. But man, there it is, boys. First duel of the day. Let's get another one going for the night.